Welcome back to this Guild Wars Let's Play. You're Sambo, Seraphis heals a lot, and joining us, as always, is Her Royal Highness, Queen Regina J. Lacerta. How are you this evening, Twitch Witch?
Oh, hello. You use the Twitch Witch. Hello. I am adequately fine today.
I'm adequately fine. Good to see you. You know what? Now that we have these only, once a week, and of course all of our uploads are only once a week now, so that you and I can actually have a life. I hate to admit
quality
this
versus quantity.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right, and boy do you get quality when you come to our Let's Play series. But do you know what?
Quality just oozes everywhere.
Well, there's definitely stuff oozes everywhere. I'm not sure if it's quality, but I have to admit...
It's the heat in Melbourne. I'm perspiring like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, too much information. And yes, it is very hot here, folks. And by the way, welcome to everybody watching this episode. It's great to have you along. But yeah, you know what? I hate to admit this, and hopefully nobody actually is going to listen to this, but I actually look forward to coming here and doing this series with you. Like, actually,
by me.
Well, I miss you during the week. Like,
Aww.
I know. I think I'm going soft. Look at me, folks. If we pan around, I've gone
going
pink.
mad.
I've gone pink, and I miss Regina J. Lacerta throughout the week because we only do these once a week now. Then again, if you have a look at our cape, pigs might fly as well, Reggie. I had you going then as if I'd miss you. Are you kidding? Yeah, a week isn't enough. Oh, it's like a holiday. Oh, I can't wait till we stop doing these so I can have a year off. Oh my god, no, I'm just joking. I'm kidding.
Guild Wars 2 is coming out. There'll be even more opportunities for interaction.
Oh no, look, I'm joking. I do miss this, and it's a shame that we've had to go back to once a week for these episodes. And you know what, I get lots and lots of questions from our viewers saying, oh, how come you only do once a week and I hang out for the next episode? And look, folks, the official answer is we just literally don't have the time. There's so much going on. We'd love to, you know what, I'd love to do these daily, because God knows we'd have enough stuff to do. We've got to get through to the end of the game, because of course we've got Guild Wars 2 coming out. We'll talk about that very shortly. So I'd gladly do these a lot more, but sorry folks, in real life unfortunately takes trumps. And that means, of course, we can't get these out as often as we can. But what we can do, Reggie, is have special guests on the show. And I just noticed there's a dashing young man standing next to you. Who have you got there?
Well, I thought I'd have, someone join us, because let's face it, your gameplay can get a little bit annoying, so I thought I'd invite someone who is a bit better at playing the game than you are.
Oh, ouch!
Correct my pronunciation.
I've always used Arthur Agapios, but I suppose since this is not a real name, it can be up for interpretation, so feel free to say it however you choose.
I like Agapios.
I like Agapios as well. And there you go. Nice to have you along. And by the way, folks, as always, if you'd like to come along and join us in an episode, you are more than welcome. Reggie and I love saying hello to our viewers. And speaking of viewers, Arthur, it's a pleasure to have you along. Thanks for joining us. And oh my god, he's turned into a spider! No!
That's a bit of a nightmare for you, isn't it, Sambo?
Oh, what is it, a scorpion?
No, it'd be better if he turned into a giant yeti or something.
No, spiders are just as bad.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh my god, what? Have you been in cahoots with Regina J. Lacerta there, Arthur? Did you set this up?
I may have taken a few cues from watching your Let's Play series.
I think you have.
Yes.
I think you have. And in fact, you know what? If this was Star Wars The Old Republic, you just earned yourself like about 1,000 dark side points. Going to the dark side with Regina J. Lacerta, because of course I am the purest of the light side. That is one hellish looking... What an... Arthur, please explain. What is that?
I don't know exactly what it is. I just used a mysterious tonic, so I could have turned into just about anything right there.
Wow. Well, that is definitely creepy. Reggie, have you ever seen that before? I've never seen that in my life in Guild Wars.
I don't believe I've run into something like that in battle.
No.
However, there is an outpost a lot further on in the game, which I should have gotten to via questing, so should have actually known more of the storyline, but I actually walked there.
Yeah.
And there is a giant one of these big spidery-looking things in that outpost.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, look, you're one up on me.
I don't know what the storyline is anyway.
I would think with the amount of party items you use, you've probably turned into one or two of these things.
See, Reggie, I'm not the only one that thinks you're like addicted to party items. Go on, Reggie, tell us how many party items you have in your bags right now. Oh, look, she's going to get more. She's going to her secrets.
In my bags right now, I'm actually quite light on. I've got one of the disco balls, which would give off a fireworks display. Right. But I've only got 44 champagne poppers and 60 sparklers. That's not much at all.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You have got a problem, woman. That is unbelievable. You've got like some compulsive addiction thing. That's jeez. Mind you, of course, Arthur, you'll know if you've watched any of our series. Any opportunity she's got to pop one of those things, like do you know what the worst one I remember, or the best one perhaps, was we were coming through a really serious moment in a mission, and there was a cutscene, and there's Reggie running along in the cutscene, and there's flyers and there's poppers going off. It's like, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Hilarious. Now, Reggie, I have seen one of these before. Is this the Zaishen armor, I think? Is that right?
This is, yep,
yeah,
Zaishen tonic.
Zaishen tonic. How good is my knowledge of the lore? I am a walking Guild Wars wiki. That's me, because I don't need the Wikipedia.
You mean you're walking luck?
Yeah, okay, that was a good luck guess. Anyway, as we're here, I'm the boring one. Actually, hang on. Let me have a look at my inventory, folks, because I've got a funny feeling. Oh, I've got some Winter's Day gifts. All right, let's try this. Here we go. Double click. What does that do? Oh, it gave me a peppermint candy cane. All right, let's try this. Eggnog. I'm not gonna drink that. Well, oh, come on.
Peppermint candy cane is actually good because that will remove all of a death penalty. So if you're at 60% death penalty, you can remove that with just one peppermint candy cane.
Oh, folks, she's right. Look at that. Peppermint candy cane. Remove all death penalty. Now, I've also got a wintergreen candy cane here, which is only 15%. All right, well, look, I'm just not going to shapeshift into anything. I'm going to call up my black mower. There we go. I'll get that one instead, which, of course, was a gift. Now, back to you, Arthur. Don't think you're escaping so easily. We'd like to know more about you, of course, and I'm sure that our viewers would as well, even though you're a scary, great big beast there. Seriously, those mandibles are terrible. Do you know what, Reggie? Tallahassee did this to me in one of our Rift Let's Plays, and he's got a mount, which is a great big spider. In fact, it looks very similar to this one. And he taunts me with it. He deliberately summons it and stands there with those mandibles. It's very similar. Have you been talking to Tallahassee, Arthur?
Oh, I love Tallahassee.
I have
so
not.
Great.
This is the only one of your Let's Play series I actually watch, because this is the only MMO game that I actually am currently active in at this point. So I haven't seen this other spider.
Well, yeah, you don't want to. It's way scary. But look, yes, getting back to your good self. So obviously, great. You're playing Guild Wars. How long have you actually been playing Guild Wars for, by the way?
Not very long, all things considered. I got the game about a year ago, at Christmas 2010, so like 13 months.
Wow. Gee, you know what, Reggie? That sounds like alt, doesn't it? You know, we've got these people who have been playing for, well, let's face it, a seventh of the time that you and I have been playing, and they're way better than us, and they're way more progressed than us. What is with that? How does that happen?
They're just more, I don't know, committed to the cause than we are.
Oh, maybe.
Bow our heads in shame.
Yeah, how do you do that, by the way? Do we bow?
To be fair to you guys, I'm probably not really all that far progressed in the game. Definitely not compared to alt, but I still have yet to do either of the factions or Nightfall stuff. Well,
you're definitely missing out there because that is great content.
I have all of them.
Oh, fantastic! Good to know. And
so I'll get to them at some point.
Yeah, but that's good. Are you actually controlling your urges and actually trying to get through prophecies before you move on to any of the other chapters?
Yep.
Whoa!
I'm almost finished. I have about 5% more to go. I'm in the end area of the game without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
I should be pretty close.
Wow, well, I think that deserves a big clap, because you know what, it's really hard, very hard to resist the urge, Reggie, wouldn't you say? If you own those expansions, or rather those chapters. I know as soon as I got my first one, which I think was Factions, I think came out before Nightfall, I just completely abandoned Prophecies and leapt into Factions. Mind you, I probably wasn't alone, but I say that takes some self-discipline. Yeah, that's very well done.
Yeah.
You're really going to reap the benefit of that, by the way, Arthur, and I presume, by the way, you're going to be picking up Guild Wars 2 when it comes out. Is that the plan?
Right now, absolutely, it's the plan. Although I'm kind of worried because this game eats enough of my time, and I don't know how I'm going to balance two of them.
Oh yeah, I hear you for sure, absolutely. You are obviously on YouTube as well. Do you have any objections to us popping your YouTube channel link down below in the description, so anybody who wants to ask you any questions later on can fire you a PM? Is that okay?
Yeah, no objections, just as long as everybody doesn't expect any content. I haven't really uploaded anything to my channel, so you know, if people feel compelled for some reason to send me a message or some such, that's fine. But as of now, there's no further entertainment for people to find.
No, that's fine, purely so that people can contact you, because you know what I reckon? People will want to say, hey, did you get to find out what Reggie's really like behind the scenes before we start filming? And you know what? You can spill the dirt on her. So, Reggie, by the way, do you know what Arthur's YouTube address is, just off the top of your head? I bet she doesn't.
I think from memory, if memory serves me correctly.
Yes, Iron Chef.
It's Wolf Marauder.
Did you say Wolf Marauder?
I did.
Hang on. Arthur, is she right?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, damn it. God,
Reggie for the win.
One of these days you're going to get this right. How do you know so much stuff? Seriously, it's so hard, folks, to catch the Twitch witch off guard. I must say, it's very impressive. But there you go, folks. The link will be down below. So if you want to ask some goss, get the dirt on Reggie, make sure you send a PM along to Arthur here. Now, Arthur, in terms of your activities on the interwebs, I understand that you also like to talk a lot.
In a sense, I do. I'm a regular blogger about baseball, and then I also host a podcast for a baseball blog.
Whoa! Oh, Reggie, we're being put to shame here. We've actually got a real podcaster, as opposed to you and I flying by the seat of our pants. We better be on our best behaviour. So, if any of our viewers are also interested in baseball, what's the address of your podcast?
Well, the blog itself is Purple Row. That's just purplerow.com.
Right.
It's a Colorado Rockies blog. So if any of you viewers are Colorado locals or otherwise affiliated with the team or interested in baseball in general, I encourage you to stop on by and take a look. And we do during the season, we do weekly podcasts. As of right now, it's really more like when we find the time. So
sure,
not really any podcasting content right now, but in a few weeks it'll get going.
Great stuff. And folks, again, we'll pop that link to the blog down in the description below this video. And hey mate, we always like to support any content that anybody's making. We're big on that and fostering the our little community that we've got going here, which is a great thing. So look, thanks very much for all that information, and again, thanks for coming along. I understand that you're more than happy to come and help us out on our mission today. You still want to do that after having spent a bit of time with Regina? Do you really want to hang around?
Well, it's quite early in the morning, but as I was explaining before we got started, that's all too common for me these days. I am on the worst sleep schedule imaginable, so I am available for several more hours.
that's both.
Well, I believe the part of the world that you're in, it's actually 3:13 a.m.
Oh,
it is 3:13 and 32 seconds.
Oh, that's
wow.
Oh, that's harsh. Ouch. Wow, okay, well that's dedication for you, isn't it, Reggie? So you could learn a thing or two there, you know, a bit of dedication goes a long way.
Yeah, I am dedicated, just not to you.
Yeah, I think that's the case. And mind you, Regina J. Lacerda, I've seen you pull some crazy hours, and some crazy hours in Guild Wars as well, by the way, so we all know that, don't you worry. But
well,
look,
you You have to have been there to have seen me do it.
Yeah, I've seen you in Steam. Don't you worry about that. But Arthur, thank you very much. It'd be a pleasure to have you along for this episode and for the entire mission. Thank you very much for staying up to join us. It's great. Now, if we have a look at our quest log, folks, because after all, that's what we're here to do. Now, Reggie, I think that we had a democratic vote last week, which meant you decided, as always, that we're going to do this.
Yeah, you asked me what to do, and I told you what we were doing. Yep, that's right.
See, that's the Regina Jail asserted democracy, folks. Be careful if we do promote her to Queen in Ascalon. You know, there's a sign of things to come. Be careful. Anyway, Orrian Excavation. Now, if I have a look at this here, it says that we have to collect 5 more Orrian tablet shards. Now, I'm just trying to skip through the quest here. I have no idea what it's about, to be honest, but that's right. All we need to know is that we have to grab the shards. If we have a look at the map, folks, you can see it's actually to the northwest of us here in the North Kryta Province. So I guess being here in the Gates of Kryta, Reggie, we're in a great spot to head on out. Are you ready to do this? I have no idea what the mission's about, but...
well, we do need to have some mercs with us.
Oh.
However, I'm wondering, Arthur, do you have any helping hand to give us, or should I just go to the hired mercenaries?
I do have 3 heroes, if you want to use those.
What?
Ooh.
What? You kidding?
I'd say that'd probably be a better level than the hired mercs here. Can we use them?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll add them to the party.
All right. You see,
Lovely.
Reggie, this is what you call a useful party member. Now, just saying. I'm just saying. You know.
Unlike you. Yeah. No, I knew we'd find one eventually, and quite frankly, I'll keep you along for now.
You're so horrible. You turned that around to me. I didn't even see it coming. And this is
walked into it.
I didn't. Not. Oh man, I guess you have to have brains. That's something I'm missing. Arthur, that's great. You've got Ogdenstone, who of course is the monk. I remember him as well from my other characters. So that's great. You've got
and he might
Vec.
be useful.
Yeah, well, Vec and shut up, you. Vec and we got Mox. We've got Mad Mox, and of course, folks, if you don't know who Mox is, that there is Mox. Mox is the great big golem, if you like. And now Vec, isn't he the little Assyrian? There he is. Oh, he looks bigger than I remember. But now, how do we describe this?
Because, you're just short.
Yeah, he is short. But the thing is, how do we describe who on earth he is? Because a lot of our viewers, for example, will never have seen any Eye of the North content. And let's face it, that's where this guy's from. Oh, I'm not sure how to describe that. He's
like a little troll.
Yeah, he is like a little troll, isn't he? Now, he's a race from Eye of the North. And are they the Assyrians? I can't remember their name, to be honest.
I'm honestly not 100% sure because I confess, again, he's an Eye of the North character, and I sort of picked him and Ogden up by accident when I went into the Eye of the North zone without realizing that's where I was headed. They were automatically awarded to
now
me.
that's an interesting point, because we were actually talking about, there's that quest you pick up in Lion's Arch, which doesn't state that it's, it doesn't actually state in the quest text that it is taking you to Eye of the North.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You can actually go, and so there's proof of point. You can actually go there without so much knowing where you're going.
That is very true.
Yep, that's exactly how I got there.
Wow. Well, that's kind of cool, though. Stumbling across it, I guess, is one way of doing it. Somebody in one of the comments recently, by the way, suggested, and I don't know if this is true, I'm not calling them a liar, but I thought you had to be level 20 in order to even get into the Eye of the North. But is that not the case? You already were, though, Arthur. Okay. Somebody told me...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So someone told me that you only need to be level 10, which I find... Well, I can't see how that would work. But look, there you go, folks. There's your question for this week's episode. To our viewers, if you know exactly what level you do need to be to enter the Eye of the North, then please let us know. Now, I'm looking at the map here, folks, and... Oh, you're right, Reggie. So we need to go up to that waypoint up to the northwest. That's where we're headed, I guess. So it's actually in the next zone. Is that right? It's not necessarily in here.
Yeah, it does look like, we have to go through a portal to get there.
Okay, all right. We can handle that. Now, Arthur, seeing as you're with us, and seeing as you're a different build, obviously, than either Regina or myself, although I see you're half Reggie, you're half a ranger, but I notice you're also half a mesmer. So my big question for you is, in terms of your build, are you kind of like me where you completely ignore one of your pieces of heritage, or are you a nice hybrid between the two?
I would be a hybrid. I have 4 ranger skills, I have 3 mesmer skills, and I also brought my resurrection signet just because I knew that
how Sambo plays.
any monks I would be playing with today would not be able to take care of that.
Folks, am I being ganged up on here?
That's indeed me just being under the negative influence of Reggie. I always have that on me.
Yeah. It's a pity there's no debuff for that one. I tell you what. You know what? I must admit that you worded that absolutely superbly, because it was such a lovely backhanded compliment. I will take that. That was well done. That was very good. But look, that's very interesting about your build there. And look, let's face it, folks, it's always very handy to have a resurrection signet somewhere in the party. Although, of course, there is a high cost for that, where it takes up one of your skill slots. But it always is very handy. But so, if you were to, Arthur, sort of, in very simple terms, because it's me that you're dealing with here, to sort of try and describe the synergy of your two, your two builds, if you like. Like, for example, is one, some people, for example, take warrior, monk, and the reason they do that is that it's quite a nice synergy because they can obviously tank and heal at the same time. With the ranger and mesmer, does the mesmer perform any kind of function beneficial to your ranger, for example?
I think so. Maybe not specifically, but I've always found that the mesmer skills are useful for kind of keeping the back end of your character functional while you're attacking, or more specifically, the energy and the condition of your opponents. It more stacks the balance in your favor when you can, slow them down a little bit, and that lets the ranger offensive stuff have a chance to be a little bit more successful.
That's wow. Did you hear that, Reggie? That's someone who knows what they're doing. And that's the big difference between.
I know, that's really scary stuff.
Oh, I know, that's amazing. Oh my lord. That's a great way of putting it, and I agree, because of course what you're doing effectively is giving the party a bit of a breather, and of course taking off all of those nasties. I can't count how many times, Reggie, that our viewers have said, put a mesmer in the party because you need those debuffs, etc., etc. But you make a great point there, Arthur, about keeping the energy reserves up, because let's face it, a ranger can be, it's very DPS focused, and of course they're going to run out of energy quite readily. Reggie, how do you counter the fact that your energy supplies are limited? Do you limit the amount of DPS that you do, or have you got your own particular way of regaining energy? How do you handle it?
I just don't admit that I've run out of energy, and just end up using my default bow a bit. Well, no, because I have balance. I have 4 necromancer skills and 4 ranger skills, and the ranger skills I sort of use to set up my bow, like ignite arrow, which is a sort of a over time kind of thing.
Right.
And then I'll just basically save my energy for more of the necromancer stuff when I need it.
Right, okay. And look, folks, this is a perfect example, by the way. We always talk about the customization in Guild Wars and the freedom to be able to build exactly the type of character that you want, that suits your style of gameplay. And there you have a classic couple of examples. And obviously, Arthur, even though he's got a couple of different skill sets there, we're talking about the same thing here. We're talking about energy preservation and, of course, putting a slow on the enemies. And both of these guys, Reggie and Arthur, are going about it in completely different ways, because that is one of the beauties of Guild Wars. Arthur, you were saying that you don't, you don't watch our Rift Let's Play with Tallahassee. And it's... Rift is a very interesting one, because it's gained quite a reputation for being able to have a very customizable build. But I was talking with Tallahassee the other day, and we were saying, oh, you know, Rift is great, it's very customizable, and I actually had to say to him, hey, you know, don't forget, Guild Wars has been doing that for 7 years, you know, where you can basically pick any set of skills and mix it with any other, and then build it exactly how you like. And when you think about it, that's a bit of a milestone, if you like me, if you don't mind me saying so. Reggie, by the way, where are we going?
I have figured out where we're going. While you're rambling on, I have actually been having a little bit of a look around. We've got to go over this stretch of beach, and then there is a little path that goes back up to the cliff. So it looks like we should have gone behind us, but it looks, we actually need to go sort of around up this cliff.
Oh, wow, okay, well, I wouldn't have known that, because I was about to say, Reggie, we're going the wrong way. Now, Arthur...
Yeah, you're too busy just and not worrying about where we're going. That's
well, you know,
fine.
that's because I'm
Auntie Reggie will come and help you again.
Yeah, well, and we've got Arthur here, who is our hero today, of course, saving us. Nice to have a level 20. And by the way, folks, if you didn't pay any attention there in the party list, you might notice that the heroes that Arthur has brought along are also level 20, so we've really got the odds stacked in our favour. You know what, it probably will be a good configuration to do a mission like this one day. Arthur, if you can put up with Reggie for this entire episode, do you think you'd ever come back and help us out with a mission one day?
Absolutely.
Oh, he's a sucker for
I had a feeling that offer would be coming at some point, only because of the hero.
Well,
now, Sambo, you mentioned that you were having a look in the party list. Have you looked at everything in the party list?
Oh my god! Oh, what the heck? What the heck? There's a level 6 pet called Sambo. What on earth? That keeps dying all the time. What on earth
well,
is
it's only
going?
level 6, and it's called Sambo.
What? Heck? What? Okay, I did not notice where. Oh, do you know what? I did not even notice this entire time that you'd named that. How do you name a pet?
You just in the chat type in /pet name space and whatever you want to name the pet as.
You are an evil, wicked woman, you are. That's just...
Well, have you seen what the pet is?
It's a mower. And yeah, folks, look, that is a classic one. Now, I think this is an opportunity for our viewers to pick up some more internet points, because we have... Now, by the way, sorry, how many of these do we actually need? Is it just the one? Because I'm like vacuuming them all up here.
Oh, so am I. I think we only need 5.
Oh well. That's all right. We're house cleaning.
I've got 19.
Oh, God. Hang on. How many do I have? I've got... if I can find them. Where are they? Oh, what do they look like? I can't even find mine.
They look like scorched lodestone.
Yes, you're right. They do too. Okay, I've got 11 of them. There we go. Now, internet points. Folks, let's have a good look at this pet that Reggie has rudely named after my good self that keeps dying all the time, unlike my good self. And it's got a little collar on it, signifying that really it's just a slave to Reggie. So that's just like it really is as well. You folks need to tell me what type of bird that is. That's half of it. Okay, so that'll give you basically 10 internet points. For another 10 internet points, you have to tell me what country that bird was native to. And I say was very deliberately. So any information you can tell us, there you go, put it in the comments below this video and you get yourself a whole 20 internet points and probably a lot of respect from Regina J. Lacerda. Not that that means that much. Alright, so let's have a look at this quest log here. We've got a new objective here, which is to return to Magi Malaquire for our reward. Reggie, I'm up for some rewards. Where is this guy? Is he in Lion's Arch? Is there any possibility...
He's back in Lion's Arch.
Yeah.
However...
Yeah.
You know, humour me here. The second quest we've got in the quest log is the Hot Springs Murders.
Hot Springs Murders. All right, let's have a look at this.
Now, I believe that could actually be a new outpost. Fancy a run to a new outpost?
Oh, especially while we've got protection from Arthur here. Hang on, go to the Bergen Hot Springs. Yep, and obtain a written testimony from Andar de Leod. Let's have a look on the map. Oh, I think you're right. Look at that, it's down there in undiscovered territory, folks. You can tell that, of course, because the map is all blurred out. Oh, how on earth would we run down through the North Kryta Province, or do we go up to Nebo Terrace, where the marker is, so we can run along the beach? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, definitely. You up for that, Arthur?
Yep. Just give me a chance to get back to where you guys are. I noticed a little spot on this zone was not revealed, as in I hadn't explored it before. So I went over really quickly to get another 0.001% on my cartography title.
Well, I have noticed that you've got the 70% title.
Yeah,
which means
I'm
that you've
right now
explored at least 70%. That's pretty good.
I'm actually at 79.1%.
Wow. Okay, you are doing very... I suck at cartography. And by the way, folks, if you're wondering what on earth we are talking about, it is, of course, the title track. And you do need to basically unlock every area on the map that you can. That's what it's all about. And I've cast the wrong spell there. And, of course, what Arthur was referring to there was what I was saying before. You can see under the Bergen Hot Springs there, any unrevealed area of the map is all blurry and low detail, as opposed to the nice high-res areas that you can see where we've already been. So yes, well done, Arthur. That's a good effort so far. I mean, especially after... Well, hang on. How long have you been going for that, for the entire year you've been playing, or is it something you've only recently decided to really have a good go at?
Pretty recent. It's a good... really, I try to do as much of this game as I can, other than the missions and so forth, actual progress. I just try to do it while I can sort of multitask other stuff, because if I, just did everything all the time, it would basically be my job.
Yeah.
So cartography is it's a really nice thing to do when you are by yourself and don't have anybody to help you out with the missions. You just randomly run around the environment and occasionally try to find areas that you haven't explored. So basically, you end up with about 60% at least just from playing through the game, and then you just kind of have to go back and find everything that you missed. And the only really difficult part of it is going back into the missions and trying to uncover that entire area while you're actually doing the missions, because most of those have other circumstances, like keeping somebody safe or doing something in a certain amount of time. Becomes a little harder to manage that. But in areas like this, it's really easy to just take a little walk and cover the entire space.
That's a great point you make.
You make a really good point, because I've got a level 20 elementalist character, which is at 70%, and I actually found that there was even places around Ascalon, like right after the searing event, that I hadn't explored.
Wow. And
it was like, going back into those areas and getting that little bit more, it is actually quite addictive.
But it's not only that. I mean, aside from the fact, like you say, there are risks to trying to open up the old. Hang on, is that a named around here? Hang on, I think I've spotted a named. Is that a named?
I just killed it.
Oh, okay. No, maybe not. Might have been another one. There's a Mergoyle or something around here. Alright, no, I thought it might have been a boss. My bad. But yeah, you've got those risks.
There is. It's dead, lying on the other side of here.
Oh!
Alright, Arthur got it. It's fine. Don't worry about it, Sam.
Right, no, look at that.
You don't have to catch up.
No, well, that was a complete coincidence, because I actually didn't see that at all. I thought the other side one was a named boss, and it just so happens that you guys actually did kill this one. Now, by the way, Reggie, there's an icon in here for you, I think, is there? No? Yes, it's reserved for you. Now, where's Reggie gone?
Oh, okay. I'm off fighting still. Actually, where are you guys?
Yeah, we're on the beach.
I'm going to run away.
We're staring at a dead monster while you get killed.
Yep. There you go.
That ought to be right.
Isn't this fun, folks? Running along
I'll
the
let
nice...
you kill those monsters while I go back and pick up the item.
Yep, running along a nice scenic sandy beach. We have no clue where each other... We're crossing paths. What a team. Never mind. But look, it is really also a great point you make there, Arthur, because... You know what? A lot of people say this of any MMO, the whole burnout thing. Now, it's interesting that we talk about MMO burnout today, because I actually posted up on Twitter today. There's a chest. Have you got any keys there, Reggie?
I do.
Oh, of course she's got keys. Of course she has. Stupid question. Did you get something? Oh, she got a round shield.
Item.
Nice. Today, if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook or Tumblr or any of those nasty things, you'll have noticed that I posted a video. And by the way, guys, if you haven't seen this, I highly recommend you do. There was basically a student, as part of his film curriculum, his film school curriculum, he actually made a documentary. Now, it's only 7 or 8 minutes long, and it's all about his WoW addiction, as in World of Warcraft, and about how he got off it and some things that happened to him in real life. Now, it's not what you think. You know, I'm to be honest, I'm kind of tired of the same old WoW addiction. Oh, WoW's horrible, and you know your life's destroyed unless you get rid of it. But it is really well put together. It's his first major film or documentary. It's just on YouTube. It's, like I say, 7 or 8 minutes long, and it's funny, and it's heartwarming, and it's sad, and it's just, I highly recommend. I think it's called IRL in real life. If you're looking for it, folks, you'll see it on my Twitter stream there. Do go and have a look at it. But on that note, Guild Wars is a great game because of what you were saying before, Arthur. You know what? If you do the same content over and over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to get raggedy on the game. You're going to get raggedy in real life. You're going to start to hate the thing. If there are different things to do, that's the success mark for a game. I think, and I'd be interested in both of your opinions here, if you're able to log into a game and go, I feel like doing this type of activity today, and this could be one of, you know, a dozen different types of activities, and like you've said, you may be in the exploration mood, you may want to chase a title or an achievement if you're playing WoW, for example. You may wish to run a mission that you haven't knocked off. You may wish to just go out and kill stuff and farm something, or farm for some gear, or farm for some skill points. You know, the choices in Guild Wars, to my mind, are many. Reggie, what do you think about that? Because you're a big fan of Guild Wars. Is that because
I am.
all of your needs are met here?
Well, you do make a good point, because sometimes I want to go in, I want to do a bit of gameplay, but I don't actually want to, you know, invest much of my energy into it. Like, I might sort of be sitting there trying to catch up on an episode of Bold and Beautiful that I've taped at the same time.
Oh my god.
And,
right. All the sins are coming out.
So, of course, you know... But it's true. So, like, you know, if you're in the mood to just be in the world and just, you know, have the music playing and have a little bit of gameplay, but not so much have to be 100% there for it. Things like going into pre-searing and even doing, like, trophy farming.
Yes.
I actually find that still quite rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then, of course, if I want a bit more hardcore gaming, I'll go in, I'll try and find sort of, you know, if I've got a friend online, I'll try and find someone and say, hey, you know, I haven't done this mission, have you done it, or can you give me a hand with it? And so I'll actually have interaction with people while I'm playing. And
right.
It's good, because you can do it on your own, low-key, high-key, with a friend.
Yep.
You're right, it's versatile.
That's right, that's absolutely right. And again, I think, and Arthur, you were alluding to this earlier, I think it depends too on, you know, not only your mood, but, you know, what's going on in real life. Because let's face it all, you know, in the correct balance of things, I guess, you know, in real life should always come before any game. I think in most people's minds. Arthur, you know, does it depend for you what's going on, how busy you are, what your, you know, immediate family obligations and friend obligations are, how much time you have, what's going on at work, you know. Is that why you've stuck with Guild Wars, because it actually takes care of that little gaming itch that you have for 10 minutes, as well as a massive 5-hour session? Is that why you're still here?
Maybe to some degree. I actually did have a little bit of a burnout on Guild Wars from about July through August. It's been pretty short, all things considered, and I did find my way back. But actually, if I can, the game that I play that most accurately describes what you were just talking about is probably Minecraft. Oh Lord. Oh Lordy. Okay, yes, now thank you for bringing that up.
And I'd like to say, ouch! I'd like to say, ouch, this guy hurts. Get away from me, you brute. You stinky brute. Minecraft, I think, out of any game that I get requests to do a Let's Play series on, that would have to take the cake as being the most requested one. And by the way, just to remind people, that will never happen because I got burnt out on Minecraft as well. I played in the very, very early beta and I played it way too much because I thought it was amazing, and I never want to see that game ever again in my life. Arthur, and we'll talk about it with Reggie too, because I believe there's Minecraft in the Regina J. Lacerta household. But Arthur, are you speaking from experience here? Are you a Minecraft player?
Absolutely. It's, as I mentioned earlier, one of the basically the most time I ever find to play games like this is usually when I have to be doing something else that I can actually manage to multitask with. And with Minecraft, it's very easy to find something else to do along with whatever project you're working on in there. And so it really ends up being beneficial to me from that perspective. I end up logging a few hours a day, probably, sometimes, not always, but it's fairly easy to do that and not fall behind on what other commitments you have going on at the time.
Right.
At least I find, and I've yet to be burned out on it, just because I have, I have 4 or 5 specific creative projects that I'm working on in there that I haven't grown tired of yet. So I basically just kind of pick away at those a little bit, and yeah.
All right, we'll see, and I think that's the key there as well. I mean, aside from the fact that you sound very busy, which is great, but you're doing what I like to do with my MMOs, actually, because people are always saying to me, oh God, how come you play so many? I play so many because I enjoy them all, and because it means I don't burn out on one. I look forward to coming back to one because I maybe play it twice a week maximum, and it's the same sort of thing. And I have games just like you were saying. And by the way, what are these things? Skeleton sorcerers? Okay, no, yeah, take us through. They look scary. I'm coming. I'm running.
Did one of you guys use a summoning stone?
Yeah, I might have.
You've got a juggernaut up there, I see, by the way. Very cool.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
That was using the demonic summoning stone.
Yeah, very cool. And here's our mark for the quest too. But yes, I have some MMOs, Arthur, where I'm the same, where I might be doing a lot of crafting or something like that, and I can be alt-tabbed basically and doing other things, and that goes on in the background. So I absolutely know what that's like with your Minecraft there. Reggie, like I say, am I right? I'm pretty sure you have Minecraft in the house. Is that right?
It's funny that you asked that. There is Minecraft in the house. However, I've not witnessed it being played for quite some time. And when I actually questioned, it was a case of, well, I built a big house and with massive garden and lava fountain and massive things. I reconstructed this house.
Oh, right, the real life house.
So the house that we actually live in.
Yeah.
Yep. I made a heap of cart tracks, and now I'm just walking around wondering what else to do. So the game actually hasn't been played that much.
Okay.
I think he got bored with it.
Well, there you go. And look, we're all different. We all seek for different things, and that makes total sense as well. By the way, speaking of Minecraft, I know you've seen this, Reggie. Arthur, have you seen that classic YouTube clip of the guy demonstrating his new house that he's built with his new fireplace that him and his friend spent...
With a friend?
Yep, the friend
spent as much time building it.
Yep, and while the friend was away, he decided to make a YouTube video demonstrating how the fireplace worked. I'm not going to say any more, but you'll know what I'm talking about just from that. Have you seen that, Arthur?
It's a classic.
I did see a YouTube video that involved a fireplace, and that involved something interesting happening to said fireplace.
Yeah.
But I don't believe it is the same one that you're referring to, because it was actually about something else. It was a tutorial for something, I can't remember, but it was quite amusing nonetheless.
All right, sounds like it is very similar. And yeah, look, letting the cat out of the bag, this guy, the fire spreads on live camera, basically, you know, and
very fast.
Yeah, and I think the funniest thing, Reggie, disagree with me if you think you need to, but I think the funniest thing about the entire video is the expressions, the panic as this dawning realization that he's about to set the entire creation on fire, and then he starts running around desperately trying to grab buckets of water, and I felt so sorry for him because you can laugh and cry at the same time. But Reggie, you got to tell me, it's seriously, it's not the most funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. It's tragic, isn't it?
Oh, it's very, very funny. Very funny, yeah.
You know what, folks, if I can find it again, we'll put the link to that under this video as well. All right, enough about Minecraft. Let's have a chat here while Arthur plays us some music in the background. And Diliod, the Hot Spring Murders. Why would I speak with someone like you? This is a Krytan matter, and I'll not speak to a foreigner about it. Oh, it's going to be like that, is it? You can deliver that message to your Inspector Caleb if you like. Let's have a look at the quest log, and you can see we have to go to the Bergen Hot Springs and obtain a written testimony from Damel Smythe. Now, are we already in the Bergen Hot Springs, Reggie?
We are.
So that means it must be...
I can't hand the quest. I can't talk to him because he won't talk to me because my inventory's full.
Oh, funny.
I've done a Sambo.
Yeah, I was going to say you've done a me. All right, here he is. He's over here. Shall I wait for you to empty your inventory? Oh, hang on. Is the quest updated for you, Reggie?
No, it hasn't. I'm just going to put one thing into storage that I picked up. I picked up a gold item, and I can't just sell a gold. So I'm just going to...
Actually, now there's a question...
that into storage.
That's a question I'd like to ask you, Arthur, because Reggie and I are the same. We have this compulsion where, you know, if we get something good, we have to squirrel it away for a rainy day, basically. It's just too hard for us to sell it or anything like that, you know. What about you? Do you have some kind of, you know, controlling sense where you can say, I do not need this and I will sell it? Are you able to do that, or you're a hoarder?
I kind of fall into both categories. I'm definitely a hoarder, but not of the stuff that you're talking about. The things that I keep are the trophies that the foes drop, and I have a storage deck full of trophies. It's about, I say all 4 of my panels are filled with trophies right now, just in case Nicholas the Traveler ends up requesting them some week in the future.
Oh, God.
Oh, see, I must admit I did that for a while, but I just couldn't. I sat around and I said, look, you know, he may have collected that, you know, a month ago, but who's to say he'll collect it again for another few years? So yeah, no, I
You're terrible. You're terrible is the word you're looking for. Now look, while you guys are faffing about with your inventory, and before we speak to Daniel Smythe here and wrap up this episode, I have a visitor here, Reggie. We've got another visitor. We've got Abel La Cazadora. Now, I hope, by the way, I'm saying that right. I'm going to stand next to her here. And come on up and join us, Arthur, because check out her amazing outfit, will you? I'm going to give her a bit of a wave. Now, I know for a fact that this is one of our viewers, and does anyone here have any clue what outfit she's wearing? Because, Reggie, she's got cat ears on. Like your real-life cat ears. Are they in the game?
That is actually the cat's ears. I'm just coming over to where you are. The cat's ears are actually what are they called? A festival hat.
Oh.
And that was from, I believe it was Halloween, not 2011, but 2010, I think.
Ah, okay, all right. So,
and the outfit she's wearing is the formal wear.
Oh, trust
which is actually
Reggie.
Available from the shop.
Trust you to know all that stuff.
Now, I actually do know this player, so we're being joined from sunny Spain by this player.
Is there anything you don't know? Regina Jailer said, I must say,
no.
you constantly blow me away with not only your amount of knowledge of the game, but, you know, you're right across our viewers. And I'd just like to make this point where, you know, Reggie and I are always giving each other shtick all the time. One thing I will always bow my head towards Reggie for is that she takes you guys, our viewership, very, very seriously, and she is as committed to you guys as she is to anything else. And you know what? She remembers all of your names. She's just so. You really are, Reggie. You're really just a great community ambassador. You really are. So credit where credit is due. That really does look awesome. So sunny Spain. Gosh, we've got a real international party going on here right now. So that's fantastic. Now, I had a trade come up. So I'm going to try and initiate that again. There we go. And she actually put something in there that was something like a monk tome or something. Hang on. There we go. There it is. So I've got a monk tome. What is this? Double click to learn any non-elite monk skill that is already unlocked on your account while in a town or outpost. Wow. That is a nice gift, isn't it? That is really nice.
That is. I actually got given a Ranger version of that last week or the week before off camera, and I used it to get the antidote signet. So that means if I get poisoned or diseased or blinded or anything like that, I don't have to rely on you to try and remove that. I can do it myself now.
Whoa. Wow. Okay. So it's not just you know, a monk. That's I had no idea they were even in the game. Shows how much I know. That's amazing. Whoa. Okay, well, you learn something every day, folks, and I must say, again, Abel or Abel, if you're watching, you look fantastic. You really do. Although you've got flowers in your hair like Reggie, gosh, I hope your influence isn't spreading even further than Arthur, Reggie. You are a terrible influence. I tell you that. Anyway,
I
look,
was just about to say, I really like her hair.
Yeah, funny that. Actually, I do too. It's one of my favourite hairstyles. What I think we'll do, folks, is... well, I'm losing my voice rapidly, by the way, so I think we're going to wrap this up. We might leave this on a bit of a cliffhanger here. I say... Oh, hang on. Are we out in an outpost, or are we out in the actual explorable world here?
No, this is an outpost.
Oh, okay, so we're safe. I can actually log out here and we'll be coming back. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let's leave it on a cliffhanger there. What we'll do is we'll speak to our man Daniel Smythe here in next week's episode, and we'll pick up the quest from there, because to be honest, I'd much rather hang about here and enjoy our fellow party members here. And look at that, she's switched outfits again. Do you know what that one is? That's yet another crazy one here.
I'm assuming that it's a ranger outfit from a bit further in the game, maybe, because she is a ranger ritualist.
Ah, okay.
So I quite like this little frock coat look here.
Yeah, I was going to say you'll be eyeing that one up with jealousy. If that is indeed ranger gear, I'm sure we'll be seeing you wearing it before too long. So once again, thank you very much.
I hope so. It would look good dyed purple.
Yeah. Oh God, purple and pink. That's what colour it will be. Tell me, Arthur, you've probably no doubt been following the plight of pink over the series. It's taken me about 6 months to finally get there. I have a very important question for you. If you were in my position, would you have finally bowed to Her Royal Highness and dyed yourself pink? Or would you have resisted?
I just have to ask, do you happen to remember where 4 of those pink dyes happen to come from?
Yes, what I was doing there, folks, is asking a very ridiculous question.
Came from.
Yeah, and that was why I asked, because what I'm trying to say here is, yeah, thanks a lot, mate. Thanks a lot. What you see before you is your fault.
I think, Arthur, the first exchange between us, the first ever exchange between us, you gave me 3 purple dyes, and you actually gave me a message to give to Sambo that if you find pink dyes, you'll be passing them on to him. I think that was our first ever exchange.
It definitely
was. And do you want to know a strange coincidence?
Yeah.
Always.
We it was actually in this very zone where I first ran into Reggie.
Oh, you're kidding. Was it really?
Yeah, I was busy doing cartography stuff, and she ran into me here. I had messaged her, and I wasn't expecting her to actually respond because she had left the computer or something, and then all of a sudden, oh, hello.
Oh, that's right. It was just up on the hill in front of us.
Wow.
Yeah, right up here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how's that?
I remember it, and I think I was wearing the Wraith costume at the time. Had the skull face.
Oh, right. Yep, just like in real life. That is classic. That's like a perfect.
Yep.
That's like a perfect 360. Isn't that hilarious? There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and well, look, Arthur.
You've got a better memory than I do, Arthur.
And well, I have a good memory. I remember the pink. So look at this, folks. I am basically the product of Arthur. You can say that. That is not untrue. So I hope you're happy with yourself, I hope you're happy with yourself, because I'm fully
Now,
pink.
Sambo, also, while we're saying hello to Abel here as well, I've got a couple of other people who'd like to have a hello, if I may, before we finish the episode off.
Absolutely. We love shout-outs.
Yeah, we do. And I thought I'd sort of, save it to the end. We can give a shout-out and a wave and not feel obliged to run out the gate straight away. Cosman975 and Gundar Thresh.
Oh, yes, I know both of those names.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. From YouTube, they've both left comments and said how they're enjoying our work, which is always lovely to hear. And so giving them a shout out. Hello,
and thanks guys for your support. Of course, it's great. We do appreciate it. Excuse me. Well, and look there, Abel has changed back into her formal outfit. Well, folks, I think we are, as usual, well and truly over time. At least we had lots of adventuring in that episode. Of course, in the next episode, we'll follow up on this quest here, and I'm sure we'll have far more adventures in store. I'm looking at our map, guys, and I see that we're probably going to be heading out to the west, ever westward, as we uncover more of sort of this Kryta area. And then it looks way over to the west. Looks like we're going to start getting into this very red-looking zone. Arthur, with your cartography, you've probably already uncovered the vast majority of this map around here. Would I be right?
Yeah, I've made it through Ascalon, the Northern Shivered Peaks, and most of Kryta that I have mostly uncovered. That's why it was such a surprise earlier when I had a little shred of that other place that I hadn't explored yet. I've been working on the area along to the west of here is where what I've been working on lately, and that is just a nightmare because everything over there is very maze-like.
Yeah, I'm zoomed in having a look at it now, and from memory as well, I can remember that. But look, again, folks, it just highlights the fact that this game is enormous. And again, we're just looking at the prophecies area here. There is still Eye of the North, there's still factions, and of course, there is still... What is the other one? Nightfall. There's the world is so huge, and a lot of people say, "Oh, Sambo, I don't know about Guild Wars. It's instanced. It's not open world. I prefer a big open world game." Well, goodness me, just because it's instanced, if you can't tell me that this doesn't feel like an open world when you're roaming out, and then I don't think there's any hope for you. Don't be put off by that fact. And in fact, embrace the fact that you're not going to have any other players other than those you choose coming in and spawn camping and farming things that you're trying to get and all that sort of stuff. And I think it speaks volumes to what we were talking about before, which is that nice casual sort of aspect to the game where you can drop in, drop out, or you can do your hardcore sessions as well. It is just one of those games. So I highly recommend you do it. And of course, we always put the link to the free trial down below this video. If you haven't yet, go do it. Cost you nothing but a bit of time, and get yourself 7 days of free action in Guild Wars and check it out for yourself. But anyway, on that note, folks, I think it's well and truly time for us to wrap up. As always, if you're watching this in your lunch hour and your boss is complaining, blame Reggie. Always blame Reggie. Say, "My boss, it's Reggie's fault."
Blame the Sambo bird.
Oh yeah, where is the Sambo? Oh, have they gone? Of course, they're not here in the outpost.
We're in an outpost now.
Yeah, I'm seriously embarrassed the fact that I actually didn't notice that till I had it pointed out to me. How terrible. Although it's most unusual that a character named...
I'm not surprised.
Well, most unusual that the character named Sambo was dying a lot. I don't know. Anyway, that's all right. We will get out of here, folks. On behalf of myself, Sambo, and the wonderful Regina J. Lacerda, we'd like to extend a thanks to Ibel here for a start, for coming along and gifting us the tome and saying hello, and for showing off their cat ears. Very nice indeed. And of course, a massive, huge thank you to you, Arthur, at goodness knows only what time it is in the morning over there in the United States of America. All the very best with your blog and your podcast. Again, we'll pop those links down in the description below this video. And just to reiterate, Arthur, you're definitely up for joining us for a mission at some point in the future?
As long as I don't have to get up early in the morning.
There'll be...
Well, if you're going to bed after 4 o'clock in the morning, I'd hate to see what getting up early would do.
Yeah, I'd same here. But I'll take that as a yes, and of course, we'd love to have you along for the ride. It would be great. So thank you very much for giving up your precious time and helping us out in this particular quest today. We hope to see you again in the future. Anyhow, folks, that's it from us. We are out of here. Certainly hope you're having a great day wherever in the world you are. We do look forward to seeing you very soon. We will see you next time, and bye-bye.
Bye.